All right, we're in the middle of summer, like July-ish, and just wanted to kind of share with you what I am currently drinking on as we kind of are in the middle of summertime. So I'm going to give you a list of the things that I'm drinking on. Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David, and today I'm going to kind of peel behind the curtain, or whatever you want to say, and I'm going to talk about kind of what I have been drinking on recently. I always think it's kind of not important. I always think it's kind of fun to see kind of what we have, all of this stuff to choose from. And by the way, this is my set. It's slowly gotten better and better as we've kind of gone through, but as you can see, I got my bourbon spread around here. And so one of the more difficult things is that mine is in the basement. Okay, so I have to walk down into the basement. I have a few bottles upstairs on my bourbon cart that used to be where all my bourbon was stored, but now that it's down here, I have it's harder for me. Harder, I just have to walk down another flight of steps, but out of sight, out of mind sometimes. And so I find myself coming down here and going, ooh, I haven't drank that in a while. But right now, I'll be honest with you, the things that you're going to see today are some things that you've seen from my whiskey haul, some things that you may have seen that we've released and stuff like that. So before we get started completely into this list, do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. That way you can be made aware of videos as they pop up. And yeah, we'll get started. Today's episode is brought to you by ZBiotics. I don't know about you guys, but there are times where you've spent the night out and you just kind of didn't prep for it in the right way. Well, one of the coolest things now is that we have a product that kind of helps you prep for whatever you got going on, whether it's hanging out with the boys, going out on a date, a party or two, a wedding, whatever it is. We have ZBiotics, so just really excited that they've partnered with us. ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle the rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. So just remember to make ZBiotics your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and you'll have your best tomorrow. ZBiotics is also backed by a 100% money-back guarantee. If you are not happy for any reason with the results, you can send it back for your money back, no questions asked. So over the last, I don't know, couple weeks or whatever, we have spent a lot of times doing barrel picks and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, we just recently went to Jack Daniel's for a barrel pick, and on this barrel pick, we did a pretty good amount of sampling of bourbon, and that's a good thing. I pre-gamed with ZBiotics because it made the day way easier to handle. On the way home, I felt good the next day. I had to work. So all in all, thank you, ZBiotics. First off, I'm going to do the old Star Hill Farm. This is the Maker's Mark release. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of liked it when I opened it up, and then I don't know, for whatever reason I didn't like it, but I find myself going back to it, and the more I drink on it, the more it opens up, the more I've decided that I enjoy it. It's $100 bottle, and I don't know that I enjoy it for that, and for that case I may never buy another bottle of this again. But I have found myself, if you can see, I got this, I want to say the day it released or the day after it released, I went and got it, and it was sometime around our old Louisville pick, which I can't remember exactly when that was. I've slept since then. But this is how much I've drank out of it this summer, and so this is pretty good for me. This is a new bottle, and this much of it's gone. I should tell you that I've at least been drinking on it and trying to determine really if I like it or not. There's some notes in here that I don't love, but the nose and the palate, in some ways, part of the palate I like. It's just kind of confusing to me right now. So the more air it gets, the more I keep trying it, just seeing if I like it more or not. Next on the list is, let's just go ahead and do it. This is our newest release from Old Louisville. This is our Bourbon Kingdom pick. It is 123.2 proof. It is just barely under 8 years old, and I believe it is, I think this is Indiana whiskey, so you can take that for what it is and figure out who this comes from. But as a matter of fact, that's what I'm sipping on here. And I've just been slowly drinking on this. This is actually a newer bottle. I've stolen some drinks out of the sample bottle that we got, and this may actually be the first one I've actually gotten out of finished product. But I've really enjoyed this, so this is really good. If you got the opportunity, tell me what you think about it, because I know a bunch of you got it, and several of you commented on it. Old Louisville is a different kind of pick, and so if you like it, let us know. If you don't like it, let us know too, because we like to, figure out where we're going to do barrel picks in the future and all that good stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, that's so good. It's got a little punch right on the front end, but the oak and the sweetness is all there. With the, it feels a little more proofy than 123.2. Like that's really, really good. All right, next on my list. Again, I'm gonna just kind of snap through all these barrel picks and stuff. So this is the 1792 that I got from a junkies pick. And if you know me, you know that I'm not the biggest fan. Maybe even this channel is not the most huge fan of 1792 in general. But I went on this pick. I don't remember loving it on the pick, but I remember it being the best of what they gave us. And I think they gave us like 5 samples. But I tried this the other night. And I'll be honest with you, I'm pleasantly surprised. It's really smooth, and for a foolproof product, this is really, really smooth and not the general. I feel like 1792 always kind of has seems to always have a little bite on the front end of it, and this doesn't have it. This is just really smooth, really easy drinker. I don't even remember what the proof is on this. This is 125. Yeah, right at 125 proof. So this is really good. Not that you can get this, but sometimes 1792s can sneaky be good. I just don't really like their general regular lineup. So if you find a 1792 out there that you like, I'd love to hear about it, because I know some of you are 1792 fans. Next one. This is the first Bourbon Kingdom pick. This is Bourbon Kingdom 1 from Green River, and as you can tell, I really like it. I do really like it. I guess I'm kind of a little biased to it, but this one has been really, really good. I've drank out of other people's secret sauce, but I haven't opened my secret sauce yet. I just can't bring myself to open it because it's really, really good as well. But this one coming in at 132. This one's 132. If you got this pick, you know this one's. It just is really, really good. I like everything about it. And Green River has just been putting out a ton of good stuff lately, and bourbon channels and stores have been picking Green River like crazy, and because of that, they just keep putting out good stuff, which makes it really difficult to want to stop buying them. But for the price they are, it's just a really good, to me, it's a really good product. and you're getting a lot of personality out of all the different picks, whether it's another Bourbon Channels pick or whether it's a store pick. They just generally have a tendency to be really, really good. And because of that, it's hard not to have multiple Green Rivers. If you look back on here and can tell the shape of things, there's some Green River over here. There's some up in some other places around there. Just really good stuff. So do yourself. To me, this is a good one to have on the shelf. And I find myself gravitating towards these things. I don't want to sound like a homer or anything, so I'm going to do a couple other picks, but they're from other people. So okay, so I bought this Nashville Barrel company. This is an American light whiskey. It's 17 years old. It is 141.1 proof. Doesn't drink like that. This is just goodness. They dropped, I think, 3 bottles all at the same time. And when they did this, I tried to get all 3 of them, but this was the only one left. This is an MGP, much like a Penelope 17-year or even a Penelope 15-year. I think I could put them both side by side and try to drink. I do want to do a blind on them because I want to see like what's the difference between Nashville's and what's the difference between Penelope's and what they do to give their own little spin on it. I think I got this in, I think it was May, maybe mid to late May. And I'm the only one that's had a pour. Maybe one other person's had, 1 or 2 other people have had a pour, but a small pour, like a micro pour. Other than that, this is me drinking this one because it's so good. I really have started to slow play it a little bit because I don't want to run out of it before the end of the year. I just think that this is excellent. And my hope is that we can put this in the end of the year battle because this is phenomenal. Next on the list is, this was a gift from Joe and Wendy at our Jack Daniel's pick. I've had a couple small pours out of this, but I've really, really liked this. And so it is going on my list. This is the most recent addition to my list outside of the next one that we'll talk about. I'm generally a fan of K-Luke. They've done some finished stuff and some other couple things that haven't been great, but aren't terrible either. They're just all kind of solid. It kind of reminds me a lot of like Still Austin, where Still Austin, there's some things that aren't great, but they're still good. And Still Austin's price point is awesome, so it makes it easy to want to drink that. K-Luke is the same. K-Luke's a little bit more expensive, but generally speaking, these batches that come out are really, really good. And I'm just now kind of digging into this one. So I've had like a pour and a half out of this and haven't done much with it other than to say I like the notes that are on it. It drinks really smooth for being a 120 proof. It drinks really, really smooth, and I just kind of like the way it sits on my palate. So I've not done a deep dive into it, but it's really good as well. And then the last thing that I'm drinking right now, and if you haven't guessed, I did a review on this on Monday, but it is the Hokkaido, the Bargetown Distillery Reserve Hokkaido Mizurana Oak Barrel Finish. And I just got this like 2.5 weeks ago, and you can see I'm the only one that's drank out of this. I did a review of it, but I keep going back to this. This is oaky in all the right ways. Has a good sweet note right at the end of the oakiness on it. It just sits on my palate in such a good way. I love how oaked it is. Like, I know some people don't love a real oaky palate on their thing. I just happen. I love the way the oak, when it's done just a little bit more than the other flavor profiles in it, how it just kind of sits and just kind of marinates right there in the palate. I just love that. I love this. I don't know what other thing to say about it, but this is just phenomenal. It's between Cathedral and these are up there for 2 of my favorite things that I've drank in a long, long time. Maybe there's a few other things like Jack Daniel's 14, just some other things like that are really, really good, but this is fantastic. All right, so that's my list. I'd love to see and hear what you guys are drinking on right now. I always love people's what people are sharing and stuff, because everybody has like a few quirky. I left a couple things off too. There's been some other things that I've gotten, some other things that I've just remembered. Like I've gone back to the Remus Repeal Reserve 5. I'll go back to that pretty regularly, just because it's so good and it's so easy to drink. So anyway, tell me what's on your list. Tell me what like you've been drinking on. I'd love to hear it. And until next time, I'll see you.